Yep. G'day everyone. As promised, here's a video of the switchboard from my first video. I'll give you an overview of what it looks like in the light. Not a very good camera, this one, and I do need to upgrade it when I've got some available funding. Let's just give you a close-up of these fuses. Now the top ones are, let's make it put it in the switch bottom. The top ones are what you get in really old houses. They stopped using those 70s, really early 70s, 60s maybe. Maybe even earlier than that, but it's can't really see it, but it's a federal fuse. It's a pretty old one. Some of them are rated at 415 volts. They're all exactly the same, it's just some of them are rated differently. We've got a slightly different style of fuse, which is older again than the top ones. 1940s. They're quite a nice fuse, these ones, but they got rid of these design for obvious reasons, because there's a lot less protecting you from touching conductors. And these are pretty well the same. They're all rated at 415 volts. These ones in a row, I think so. No, some of them rated at 250 volts. Anyway, and we've got these big ones here. They're fairly large, as you can see. Originally, these fuses had some asbestos wadding in the middle section of this fuse. Now, I got rid of it because asbestos is pretty obviously not very good for your health. Close up of the shit camera. Try to do a close up of the screw. You can see it's very beefy, and even the wire is pretty big. Gives you a view of the holder, and again, this is pretty obvious why they got rid of them, because there's not much protecting you if you bugger up and the top of that fuse is live. They used to have a standard where the top of the fuse holder was the live bit, because nothing could fall into it, and if it's a standard system, then yeah, you knew that the top was always live. If I'm wrong, correct me, but that's what I've always understood. And plug that in. And these are all rated at 415 volts, 20 amps each. These are the earth neutral bars, and they're off various switchboards. This one is actually original to all these fuses on the board. This one, with the two missing screws, came from my mum's house when she upgraded her switchboard. This is the one of the stage lighting switches from cinema. Show the lockout there. This one doesn't make much noise. A little bit of a clunk. It's a changeover switch. If I open the actual housing, I might need to do it with two hands. Show you the inside of that switch. It's got a nice, yes, it is actually made as cast iron, very well made. This is a General Electric GEC, which is made in England. It shows you all the contacts. They're really substantial, really well made. There's a bit of grease on them. See how they're secured to that metal rod. The rod's made of metal, and it's coated with some kind of paper that's been treated with something. They're really nicely made terminals on there, and it's got the large porcelain insulator there. Give you a better idea of where the wires go in. And it's designed for 3-phase. That's why it's got those bars that link the top and bottom together. So it's just changing over from, say, one light to another, or one projector to another. I think there might need to be a part 2 of this video, because I think this is going to run out of memory soon. If it does, forgive me, I'll just put a part 2 in. Anyway, it's got a lockout, so you can't engage the switch while the case is open, which is probably to avoid dreadful things happening if the switch faults and goes to ground, which is actually the case. It gives you a nice idea of those two copper springs there. Really nicely made switch, that one. I'm going to stop the video and go to a part 2.